Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Go-Go Nippon, my first trip to Japan version, 2016 edition or whatever. We're doing this again because I noticed while editing, I kinda had a feeling I did, but I did not enter the currency right. It is not, man. I saw the currency rate, and while the pound has taken a significant dive in the past year from a certain thing that happened last year with a certain EU thing probably influencing it, but anyways, it's essentially worth not freaking 0.7, because my god, is anything really that bad? That'd only be worth like 0.7 yen? I don't know, right? It's worth 141 point something. What was it? A second. 0.81 yen. You know, I think the dollar was like 114 yen. So, but it had it by default on the dollar, but it had it as 100 yen. But it's actually worth a bit more than that. But yeah, if the graph that I saw is correct, then I think back in 2015, the pound was almost strong enough to actually be worth 200 yen. It wasn't quite 200 yen, but it was near that area of the graph. So it took a significant dive. It's like this. It's like, okay, here we go. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, bumpy. Oh. Ah! What are we doing? No! Ah! And then it's like, now it's slightly gradually building up. If the graph is correct, it's not as bad as it was in 2013, but it took a significant dive nonetheless. Like, the 2013 to 2015 was like a gradual increase rather than, just being like, whoa! I don't know. Anyways, that's how much it actually is worth right now. Is, likely to change with time. But anyways, we're not going through this again. We're going to, skip? Yeah. We'll get to the next day. I'm not on screen, well, I am technically, but we're gonna skip through what we've already been through. The only difference is now we know how much money is worth to us.
Japanese-style dining rooms have a tummy area too. I'm glad I remembered to pack my good socks.
What the hell accent was that was going on? Anyways, I think skip mode only goes through, yeah, it only goes through bits that you played through before. Anyways, actually, let's have a look-see. See that? Well, it's like we haven't really done anything with our expenses yet, have we? You put 5,000 yen in, right? I don't know how many pounds that would be. I mean, if it's actually worth 141 yen per pound. So, I don't know. I always kind of assumed say 1,000 yen is probably a little under 10 pounds. Something like that. But maybe even less than that. I don't really know. I kind of see when you hear 1,000 yen, it seems like a lot, but really it's feels like it'd be the equivalent of just being nearly 10 pounds essentially, which it probably is. But I can't do the math. Anyways, you woke up this morning and we're like, huh? What's with this room? Where the heck am I? I know! I'm in Japan! Last night I realized my dream of coming to Japan. It's not a dream. This is totally real. It's kind of fitting in a way, really. When I was actually gonna record last night, on the same day that I recorded the previous two parts in the one sitting. But it was by the time I'd done all the editing, it was too late. It was freaking 11, maybe 10, I don't know. Just like, nah man, I know my freaking voice acting and commentary will be loud. Can't record that late. Although I have recorded late into the night sometimes, you know, early hours of the morning. But it's usually when it's like a game where I'm like, you know, overly loud with it. But I know this one I'm going to be quite loud on commentary. Especially since we're going to, you know, see a lot of things where you'd be like, whoa, and all that. And also one thing I noticed from the recording is, like, whenever I recorded for Kado Shoujo, for example, the file size would be like, it would vary really. It'd be like 100 megabytes-ish at most, like if I record for an hour or so, which I usually tend to do with the visual novel LPs. And that's just fine, because Kado Shoujo, you know, it's just like I can record a long time with that and it won't take up much memory. This one, on the other hand, our 30-odd minutes took up 8 gigabytes. I mean, holy shit. Luckily, though, I like, you know, what I usually do is I delete the recording after, you know, editing it and, you know, saving it into MP4 or wherever. So it's like a much more reasonable amount, but I haven't actually checked. It's probably like, for example, Kado Shoujo, whenever I'd save a video, like, they'd rarely reach 100 megabytes in size. But I imagine that the previous 2 parts of this LP are probably like 200, 300 or so megabytes for all I know. I haven't checked. But they're probably large file size. And I think I know why. It's because, like, unlike Kado Shoujo, it's, well, Kado Shoujo technically had animations. But I think part of the reason is, like, the kind of, like, look and design and the way the characters move all the time when they're on screen. And the fact that I'm recording in full screen probably makes it so that the file size is a lot bigger. Anyways, enough of that. I'm in Makoto and Akira's house in Japan. Today I'll get to explore the city of Tokyo. I wonder which one. Still happy where we finally get a choice? Which means I can't afford to sleep in. I'd better get up fast. But first... Bathroom, toire. I remember going over that in my... It's like, I don't know how many levels of the course there are, but I've been through a number of levels, and I think it was the early one where I, like, learned about, like, you know, toilets, essentially, just, like... And I've already forgot what it was, but, you know, like, it points out, like, specifically what toilets are for men and what toilets are for women and stuff like that, you know which one is in Japanese, you know, because otherwise you'd just be like, well, I imagine it'd be obvious, really. I don't know, like, if you go to a public toilet in Japan, would they have the same thing you'd have over in the West, you know, with the image of a man or a woman on there? Because that'd make it very obvious. I mean, if they just have it in kanji or some shit, you'd be like, well, that's convenient, isn't it? No. Anyways, Japanese toilets can't be that much different from... Oh, you naive fool. Or maybe not. You know what this reminds me of? This right here. Actually, I'm not sure, actually. Kind of reminds me of something. I think it might be like a kind of foot bath. I think. It kind of reminds me of just the design of it. Just like a fancy toilet here, isn't it? What the heck is this thing? There's all these random buttons. What are they supposed to be? Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Here's the selfie approach, just mash buttons. Okay, I'm gonna push one. It's not like it's going to explode on me or anything. You know, I think I'm not entirely sure if it was a toilet or something else. But I remember reading this, like, really odd story, like... I'm not sure if it was a toilet that exploded, but it was, like, in China, like... It's just like, whenever I'd read about that, just like... I've read about, like, coins that have exploded. Like, freaking, what are they called? Shit, I can't remember what they're called. Those grates, you know, like, what are they called? manholes, whatever. That one of those exploding. I think I might have also read about an exploding toilet in China as well. But this is Japan. Okay, here we go. Whatever. Switch on. Undercore. It's like a warm breeze is blowing up from deep inside the bowl. Why is the toilet blowing hot air at me? To dry your ass, maybe? I don't know. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I'm gonna push an all button. Take this! Drink up, bitch! Oh, what? Now there's like a nozzle rising up in... What? Ah! What the hell? Water! There's water shooting out! This is one that I've taken note of. Water is Mizu. So I know that one. I can... Actually, there was like one interesting thing I noticed. I forget what it was. It was either sea or ocean or river or something like that. But it's like, essentially it's got Mizu in it, which kind of indicates that it's water. It's a large body of water, essentially. But anyway, that's on an unrelated note there. Because someone make it stop! You don't have to laugh so hard. But... I wasn't expecting a cry of distress so early in the morning, let alone finding you drowned in the toilet. There's no way I can keep from laughing. Snicker. Oh, Aki-chan, really, it's rude to laugh so hard. No one to talk, you're laughing too, Oni-chan. Oni-chan, older sister. Yeah, that's one... Actually... I remember, like, any time, like, I'd learned about, like, there'd be a phrase involving a sister or a brother, they'd have this, but they'd have in brackets, they'd have another one there as well. To kind of, like, I suppose it's two ways of actually, you know, saying brother or sister. I suppose it's obviously, the reason why I did that is because you don't go up to someone's brother and sister and say that. You'd have to call them a different thing, really, wouldn't you? Either by the name, or by their relation, but you can't just say that, can you? Actually, what was it? I'm gonna check my notes. I have no idea where it is. It's somewhere in here in my notes, I don't really know where. Wait, actually, I think I know where one is. Oh yeah. Oh wait, maybe. Oh wait, maybe it is actually. Another one is Imoto-san, but I don't know what the difference is quite, but it has that in brackets as well. I imagine that's another way. So actually, maybe saying Ono-san might actually make sense. I don't know. I'm still, you know, learning after all. What are you talking about? I'm not laughing at all. What was I supposed to do? I don't know anything about all those toilet functions, and the cat wants out of the room, so a moment. Right. You know what, speaking of toilets, you know what, it should be mandatory that everyone flushes the toilet after they use it. It's just like, that's such a simple thing, you know, but, you know, if you've seen my Sims Bust Out LP, they always freaking don't do that. And in real life, a lot of people don't do that either. Why? I mean, goddamn, all you gotta do is pull the freaking flush. Unless it's a really confusing looking toilet, but even then, you don't just leave your dirty work there, I suppose. You gotta flush that shit, literally. Same with washing your hands. Wash your goddamn hands. You know what I hate though? I've mentioned this before, but public toilet sinks. Because they're always different. It's like, you're used to the ones at home, you just turn it. But then you got those ones you push down, it's like, it's just like, how do you turn it off? It's just like, no, you leave it. You just leave it turns off on its own, some shit. But how the hell am I supposed to know half the time? Anyways, who would have thought a toilet would wash your butt after you do your business? They even blow hot air to dry you. Yep, these people have crazy ideas. But once I used it, it really did feel kind of nice.
I'm sorry for laughing. Everyone makes mistakes.
It's okay, now that I think about it, it was pretty funny.
Sure, it's best not to hold back and laugh when something's funny.
That's right. It's nice to see her laugh after she was so put out yesterday.
Anyway, here you go. I made breakfast for both of you.
Hooray! Honestly, I'm been starving ever since I woke up. Let's see, the breakfast menu is... oh. Or ah. It's like oh, but ah. It says salad, bread, and eggs. Salad, bread, and eggs? Salad, bread, and eggs? I also know that as well. Sarada is salad, pan is bread, and tamago is eggs. I learned that in my course. It's just like, the trouble is, like, I still don't really know how to form sentences, you know. So I know a bunch of words here and there, but I'm freaking, you know, not overly familiar enough to use sentences outside of phrases I've learned, and I haven't even memorized half of them, to be honest. So there's that as well. But salad, bread, and eggs, I mean, imagine, like, you know, actually, that isn't just, I don't know, it's like, if it's gonna be eggs, usually I'd expect, you know, bacon and eggs, or something like that. If it's gonna be salad, like, maybe a jacket potato thrown in there, maybe some ham, or something like that. I don't know, I'm just kinda used to that, you know? And then bread, where's the bread fit into all this? I was kind of hoping for a more healthy Japanese style breakfast, but
I thought you might prefer a more familiar kind of breakfast. What do you think?
Oh, sure, that's right. This is about what I usually eat. Thanks. Yeah, I usually eat for breakfast salad, bread, and eggs. I suppose it might be common for some people, I guess. I've never had the combination of those three,
though. Well then, I guess we'll eat.
Sure, we say itadakimasu, right?
Itadakimasu! Oh, speaking of which, what do you want to do today? Have you decided where you want to go?
Seriously, I've totally given it a lily voice here, haven't I? Where I want to go? No, I was going to think about it later. Where do you recommend?
To be honest, I was thinking maybe Akira or I could accompany you.
What? Just the two of us?
Yes, one of us has to take care of the house while our parents are away. So we couldn't both go, but...
That's a lie. There are some locations where they both go.
Yeah, and we're on break from school right now, so it shouldn't be a problem for Oni-chan, so to show you around.
Seriously? That's great. I'd appreciate the help.
I'm glad you think so. So I know it's sudden, but where would you want to go?
Let's see. Where do I want to go?
Ah, I know. First off, Oni-chan, can I have a minute? What is it? I mean, what is it?
Nani and all that.
Just come here. You just stay put for a second, okay?
Sure. Well, there they go. What was that all about? Oh well, I guess I'll just wait for them here. They told me to wait, but it's been 5 minutes. What on earth are they doing?
Sorry about that. Sorry for the wait.
Oh, there you are. What on earth?
Ta-da! Welcome to Misaki Tours. Welcome to Achievement Unlocked.
What's up with the outfits?
This is what tour guides wear when they show people around. It really gives off that touristy feel, you know? Oh, honestly, Aki-chan, did you make these clothes while I wasn't looking?
You made those clothes, Akira?
Yep, that's right.
She must be really skilled to make stuff like this.
I guess Aki-chan was so looking forward to your visit, she even made tour guide clothes.
I mean, look at that. That's a hell of, well, like, demo anai suru tameni. See, I can't freaking, you know, do it fluently, can I? Ishomare, Tsukuro, Nante, Aki-chan,
See that bit there where it's connecting there? The two P's? You'd have like this little small, actually.
I mean, we've failed every other time. Well, it was only the one other time, but I want to see if it'll work here. Let's see if we can switch back to the Japanese and see if it doesn't just have it all in kanji. So I can show what I mean. Yeah, right there, I think, right there. See that? That's like an indication of like there being like the word, like part of it's like, you saw the T appear twice, right? Or something like that. It's like whenever words are like that, that's in place to indicate it. Also that right there, and that combined together to form cha. Because this is actually chi, and that is ya. You put a small one of these with this, and it suddenly forms it into cha, something like that. That's also the fancy H that I was talking about. That's that's ta. That's, I think, ra or ru. I think ru, I'm not entirely sure, I forget. That's your. That might also be the fancy little bit there, so that might indicate more. I think that is ho. I think that is do, that is that is na, that is ta, that is ga, that is kanji. I forget what that one is. Is that ru, ra, something like that, I don't know. And that's no. That is obviously fu, and that is de. I've seen that one a lot, because a lot of sentences tend to end with des, it seems. I think that's more, but I'm not entirely sure. That is su, although it's usually not pronounced like that. Kind of passing, you know, with like desu, it's usually des and all that, you know, that's one right over there. I forget what that one is. That one's ni, that one is ma, and what else? That is te, and that one, I forget what that one is. And that is she, that's the one that I keep referring to as a fiction book. And I freaking forget what that one is. But I don't, well, I've seen it quite a bit, but hasn't appeared often enough for me to memorize it. But yeah, that's a bit of hiragana for you there. So now you know what I'm talking about when I refer to it. It's like, oh, the fancy H, or, you know, the fishing hook. It's she and n.
That's not it. That's not why I did it. Oh my, you're blushing.
Akira, Makoto, Akira.
I said I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, here, let's pick our into the little area.
See, I still have trouble pronouncing in English as well as Japanese.
Did you decide where you want to go?
Oh yeah, more or less. Lies! Complete lies!
Okay then, would you like to choose a region?
A region? Wait, I think I have here now what they call Chizu, yeah. Let's see, I want to go... In this game, your expenses will be shown on the screen as you travel. Train fare will also be shown on the screen for your convenience. Prepare to find sightseeing spots will be calculated the same regardless of whether you start from Makoto and Akira's house or Tokyo Station. Wait. I mean, it's obvious. It's so obvious that there's more locations being added. But I'm just like, Eno! Oh my god, I remember that! Not from this game though, it's just because in freaking Kara no Shoujo, not Katwa Shoujo, Kara no Shoujo, like, oh, they're always like, oh, let's go to the Eno station. So it's around that area, so I'm kind of familiar-ish with that. Hey, spoilers much? Look at that! It's like, they got the character next to them, so it indicates, you know, whichever location we go to, we're gonna be going with that character. And as it shows in Tokyo Skytree, it's like, but I forget which ones we've been to. I know we went there before in the previous playthrough. I know we went to Mount Takao. Have we been to Shinjuku? I'm not sure. We definitely went to Shibuya last time. I remember my original playthrough. It's like, Shibuya, we didn't get to go, son of a bitch! I think we also went to Akihabara as well. What, Tokyo? Just Tokyo itself? Well, that's a new one. I just remember a lot of locations. Let's actually have a look. The second largest business district out of Shinjuku in recent years, female otaku have become the primary focus, and it's known as the Tsuyoshi Holy Lands. Yeah, I think we've been there in the previous playthrough. And I'm gonna shoot Tomachi Town with a retro vibe. It's famous for its shopping strip. It sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not 100% sure at the same time. The Japanese garden with over 300 years of history. It's famous for its azaleas and weeping cherry trees. I remember going to this one, but it wasn't in any of the LPs. So I've actually seen this one. Maria district categorized by high-class stores and office buildings. Business district is on par with Shinjuku for its nightlife. I think I might have gone to this location in the previous playthrough. Nakano? Actually, I think I remember seeing this one as one of the new ones. I think. Subculture Holy Land with a different vibe from Akihabara. And what else? It's a high-class shopping district full of famous world-renowned brands. I can't quite remember. Oh, I remember this one. It's a giant market known as Toko's Kitchen. Not only is it popular among industry professionals, but by regular people too. I didn't actually go to this in any of the LPs, but I do remember like going to this one while, you know, not Let's Playing it. I know we have at least been to 2 locations with Makoto. Sample transfer technology atmosphere. It's famous for the film side of the Torasan movies. That's definitely gotta be a new one. That's a sightseeing spot for a heavy Japanese atmosphere. It's very popular tourist attractions. I'm gonna have to go back to my previous Let's Plays to kind of see what locations I've been through. But I think you can kind of guess where we're going. Eno, because that caught my eye. Contains Eno Park and its many cultural institutions, as well as the famous shopping street, Amiyoko. We're going to Eno! I think I'd like to go here. Eno? Yeah, it's famous, but I don't know much about it. What's it like? All I know is, well, actually, I don't really know all that much about it. It's like I said, it's just like, because of Kara no Shoujo, it's just like, it stands out to me. Because it's just like, one of the locations you go to is Eno Station. You go there quite a lot. I think especially in maybe the original one, the Katagura, because I think like it's around that area that the whole plot takes place. When Akira no Shoujo, you travel around that area of Japan, so I'm kind of sort of familiar with it, but not really at the same time. What's it like? That's kind of a hard question to answer. There are a lot of things like zoos and museums. Amiyoko is close by too. Yeah, that was one on the map as well, wasn't it? Amiyoko?
Amioka is a street full of bargain shops, cooking utensils, clothing, household wares. You can get all kinds of things, really cheap. Really cheap, I mean.
Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I've already forgotten most locations on the map. Click! Come on! Whoa, 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 whoa! What the fuck happened there? Did it lag? Okay, it didn't. It did, but it didn't at the same time. Wow, sounds like a great street.
At the end of the year, there are always stories on the news about how crowded it is with people shopping for New Year's. Yeah, this narrow little street looks like a packed train car.
Is it really that busy? There's a place like that right next to museums and stuff? It sounds interesting. Sounds like hell if it's overly crowded.
Okay then, let's go. I'll be your guide today.
Are we gonna get Akira's freaking ending again? Third time in a row. I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. But it seems first location we're going to Akira again. Akira, you seem unusually enthusiastic. It's almost if your image was on the map.
I'm not. Do you have a problem with me being your tour guide?
That's not what I meant.
Aki-chan, you want to eat some of the delicious foods in Amiyoko, don't you?
Oh, I get it.
What's wrong with having a go? Come on, let's go.
Wait, Mateo and all that. How much did it cost to get the train to Reno station? It didn't say. We transferred to the JR take a bit of the Bukuro and got off at the F station. This terminal building is huge.